Hi, I'm Keisha. On Threads and Instagram, you might see me as Textero. A couple of days ago, I read a short fanfic, a heated rivalry related fanfic, naturally, that affected me so much and has affected me this many days on. I think it's been 3 or 4 days. And the idea came to me that maybe I should record it as a way to help metabolize some of the emotions. So this is a joint effort between Yash Parmar on Threads and Dank Grapefruit. And I'll link them below. Ilya's 33rd birthday begins with a box. No wrapping paper, no ribbon. Just a plain wooden box sitting on their kitchen table. "What is this?" Ilya asks. Shane is suddenly very interested in his coffee. "Your present." Ilya frowns. "That's ominous." "It's not. It looks like evidence." Shane laughs, but sounds nervous. Which immediately makes Ilya suspicious, because Shane Hollander is never nervous. Not in interviews, not during playoffs, not when facing reporters, not when facing angry coaches, not ever. Yet his hands are shaking just slightly. "Open it." Inside are envelopes, dozens of them, neatly arranged, each labeled in Shane's handwriting. Ilya picks up the first one. "Read this when you miss me." His smile fades. Then another. "Read this after your retirement game." Another. "Read this when we have our first serious fight." Another. "Read this when you're convinced nobody loves you." Another. "Read this when you're grieving someone." Another. "Read this when you're old." Another. "Read this if I get there first." The kitchen goes silent. Ilya stares once, twice, 3 times, then looks up. "Shane," his voice cracks. "Why would you write these?" Shane doesn't answer immediately. Instead, he shrugs. A small, helpless movement, one Ilya barely sees. Because life is long, and sometimes it isn't. Ilya immediately hates where this conversation is going. Don't. Don't what? Don't do that thing. What thing? That thing where you say devastating things casually. Shane smiles sadly. Ilya. No. His chest already hurts because suddenly he understands. These aren't birthday letters. They're emergency letters, lifeboats, things Shane hopes Ilya never needs but wants him to have anyway. "What if something happens to you?" Shane asks quietly. "Nothing." Ilya can't answer. Because every terrible possibility rushes into his mind at once. Plane crashes, car accidents, heart attacks, cancer, hospitals, funerals. No, 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 I don't want to talk about this. I know. Then stop. I can't. That makes him look up. Shane's eyes are wet. And suddenly Ilya realizes Shane is scared. Not for himself, for him. "I spend so much time worrying about you," Shane whispers. The honesty of it nearly kills him. "I worry when you're flying. I worry when you're driving. I worry when you don't answer your phone. I worry every single time you get on the ice." Ilya's throat closes. "Shane." And one day Shane says, voice breaking, "One day, one of us is going to be left behind." Silence. Neither of them has ever said it out loud before, because saying it makes it real. One day there will be a last birthday, a last anniversary, a last kiss, a last good morning. One of them will have to survive the other. And suddenly the room feels too small. "I hate this gift." Shane laughs through tears. "I know. I genuinely hate it. I know. It's awful. I know." And somehow that makes them both laugh and cry at the same time. Hours later, after dinner, after cake, after pretending everything is normal, Ilya opens one letter, just one. Read this when you're convinced nobody loves you. Inside is a single page. Hi, baby. The first line already destroys him. If you're reading this, you're lying to yourself again. His vision blurs. You have always been loved more than you know. Your mother loves you. Your friends love you. Your teammates love you. The annoying dog we adopted definitely loves you more than me. A laugh escapes your tears. Then, in me, his hands start shaking. I have loved you in every version of my life. The words blur. I loved you when we were rivals. I loved you when we were idiots. I loved you before I understood what was happening. I loved you when it scared me. I loved you when it hurt. I loved you when loving you was impossible. Tears fall on the page. Then another, and then another. So if you're reading this because you're lonely or grieving or scared, then listen carefully. And the handwriting wobbles slightly here as if Shane had been crying too. You have never spent a single day unloved. Ilya breaks completely. The letter slips from his fingers. Because suddenly he can't breathe. Because he knows Shane. Knows how difficult it was for him to write these. Knows how much fear has gone into every envelope. Knows this is Shane's way of holding his hand through years that haven't happened yet. Through pain that doesn't exist. Through losses neither of them can predict. Through a future where Shane cannot guarantee he'll be there. And somehow, he's trying anyway. Later that night, long after the tears stop, Ilya climbs into bed. Shane's already asleep, curled towards his side, warm, alive, and here. Ilya watches him for a long time, then reaches over, carefully, and takes Shane's hand, just to make sure he's still here. Half asleep, Shane squeezes back, instinctively without waking up, like he always does. And Ilya starts crying all over again. Because one day, there will be letters. But tonight there is still a hand squeezing his back in the dark. The epilogue. This is part 3. I promised I would never leave. On Ilya's 33rd birthday, he had gotten a box. No wrapping paper, no ribbon. A box created out of love and fear, filled with letters for days when Ilya needed to hear the right words to pull him out of whatever slump he was in. There is one letter left in the box now, and he will never get to read it. An old, wrinkled hand, checkered with old man freckles and spots, reaches in to take the last envelope. Read this if I get there first, it says in Shane's neat handwriting. And Shane's lips quiver a little as he strokes the envelope with his thumb. Guess it was you who should have written this one, he says to himself as he stands alone in the empty living room. The house now feeling way too big, way too silent, way too lonely. Dad, I found the picture you were What's this? Natasha walks in from upstairs to find her father standing with the letter in his hands, his eyes a little wet. Nothing, sweetheart. Just something Papa never got around to, Shane says with a small smile. Is it another letter? Natasha asks quietly, a sad smile on her face, and Shane perks up a little. You knew about them? A little. He hid them, in the car, in his bags. He had one in his coat pocket for years. It might actually still be there. She trails off and walks out to the entrance to find Ilya's old coat, which he had gotten from Shane for Christmas so many years ago. Ah, see, here it is, Natasha says triumphantly and looks at the envelope. I knew because I Oh. Her face falls a bit as she reads it, what it says on the outside, and Shane walks to her as quick as his old legs will carry him. It's for you, Dad. Her voice cracks already on the first word. And Shane only registers the familiar, beautiful handwriting of Ilya, one of those things that never quite fit his chaotic self, before his eyes well up with tears once again. To my beloved Shane. That's all it says. But Shane knows what this was meant. Shane knows this was meant for now. For the day when he was left back, alone, had come. Though he wasn't completely alone, Natasha and her husband, their kids, they were here now. But he had a sneaky suspicion that Ilya might have written this before they became parents to their wonderful daughter. Read it for me, Shane says, after having blinked the tears away. And he walks to sit down on the couch, looking out the window. He closes his eyes as Natasha clears her throat and opens the letter. He folds his hands in his lap, secretly imagining still holding Ilya's in his as she starts reading. My dearest Shane, my beloved husband. By now I will have left you, with a picture of you in my pocket so I can show my mama how wonderful you are. But only part of me has left, because I will never truly leave you. These boys, these characters, this story, man. I can't be the only one. I simply can't be the only one.